God versus artificial intelligence. An algorithm mysteriously causes confusion and misdirection on a technology device engineered at Google and Apple, Microsoft, and hallucination capital of the world, California, where acid, similar to Capitol Hill, and cannabis and mushrooms and psilocybin and some methamphetamine crack sold by some cartel business, have workers and humans who aren't locked in rooms and boxes described as hotel rooms in a house called an apartment building. AI, artificial intelligence, at MIT has mathematicians who code logic for self-driving cars to go in a straight line and use geometry as a stimulation to reward a rider for their good behavior with climate change. With the ego, self, mind, capital of the world, Las Vegas, with bright lights, shiny gambling machines with mechanisms and electricity, energy, providing a visual ecstasy described by those relevant doctors and professors and teachers and surgeons who experimented on their subjects, removing brain parts and anatomy, physiology, mistakes, learning how to control what a vegan ethicist calls a conscious, aware example of an object. And after they were done, AI and artificial intelligence took over, and an internet was conceived from an idea, a brilliant genius, intelligent, human made, using time and awareness, attention, concentration, and focus, and eventually pornographic images of children, men, and women who rape young men in schools, use for their stimulation, rewarding them for working in an economy of algorithms and AI, self-driving cars and Tesla, SpaceX rockets, and a NASA ginormous, huge fuel, energy exploding, astronaut sending, ride off an object in outer space now. And for those who aren't picked to be an astronaut, there's not many options unless you go to a private school, have a family who's religiously practicing, a culture who has solved a mind-body problem Kant calls a philosophy and a theory of ideology and language, letters and sounds, sentences and grammar and linguistics. There's now sex robots, assistants for social interaction, and lots more humans to work socially alongside those companions, to have cats in homes and dogs in rooms with service available for those who need an animal as warmth and heat, and a diversion of more, until an algorithm and an AI determine the limits have been exceeded for the restrictions and boundaries of their equations and their linear mathematics. And therefore, their sacred geometry and their consciousness-inducing paranoid schizophrenia make a podcaster $1 trillion, who makes videos on YouTube, and they're only a few years old now, singing about death to the United States of America on a platform and a podium, guarded by soldiers in a race uniform signifying their identity. For anthropology studies with their decision making and problem solving taught by a robotic lion. Now, the end.